Okay, a couple of different hacks. So who we got listening? Primarily business owners. So first of all, when it comes to lending for business owners, 60% of the property game is actually just convincing the bank to give you money. And that's what I'm really, really good at. It's just like convincing the bank to give me money. Fuck, I did it, being a call center worker. I can help just about anyone. For business owners in the industry, a lot of people say, oh, it's harder for business owners. I don't necessarily think it's harder. It's just different and we don't talk about it as much. So when it comes to lending money, it's leverage is literally the thing that helps investors quadruple what they've got. Wouldn't you rather, I would say this to somebody, if you had $100,000 to invest in shares, right? You have $100,000 to invest in. But in property, if you had $100,000 to invest in, you can partner that with $500,000 of the bank's money. So now you've got $600,000 compounding for you of somebody else's money compounding for you, and that's getting benefits from inflation, which is the system around us that we can't change. So hack for you is, as a business owner, if you are wanting to leverage money, aka get a mortgage to help you build and get there 10 times quicker, there's a thing called depreciation inside business, where it can bring down your taxable income. So it basically means you pay less in taxes. But the upside of it is it can be added back onto your borrowing capacity. So then the bank can actually lend you more money. I'll give you an example. Let's just say you are a business owner. Let's just say you own an agency where you have a lot of equipment, right? Let's just say you have massive big cameras, right? That are like 10 grand for a camera or whatever, and you have a few of them. That can be, let's just say that can be depreciated. For those who are listening, depreciation is essentially a thing where it's like, you buy this thing, this physical equipment, and in the eyes of the ATO, they say, oh no, poor you, it's getting older, like it's going through wear and tear, so we'll give you back money. And so depreciation is not a bill.
Like a car, like it can be your car and stuff like that. It can be your computer that you work from, all kinds of different things.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Laptops,
You're able to be claimable against your tax.
Correct,
yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So depreciation, right. So these things can be added back on. Now, which is critical to know. So you can tell the ATO, hey, thank you so much for giving me this extra money back. And that was extra money that you didn't have to begin with, because depreciation is not a bill. It's not an expense that you had to pay out. It's just extra free money that you're getting back. So it's really great from an ATO perspective to reduce your taxes. But at the same time, we can't go reducing your taxes too much, because the thing that I see with most business owners is that they're so good at doing is working with their accountant and looking like they're not profitable on paper, so they don't pay taxes. Awesome. But just to let you know, that'll fuck up your investment if you want to do that as well. So it's just about, what I work with business owners is making sure that we're getting the best of both worlds, so that we're making us look not too profitable on people, so we're paying the least amount in taxes, but also not hindering our borrowing capacity so that we can still leverage enough money. And one of the best ways to do that is depreciation can be added back on. So if you don't have a car, but you can somehow work out how to fit a car into your business model, you can have that help get the best of both worlds.
And they might be sitting there thinking in their minds, oh, exactly, I own my own business, I've got debt, I pay rent, like I've got no money to my name to be able to invest that, and it's really hard to save a deposit at the moment. They've got all these things, these stories and beliefs, and some of it may be true, some of it might not be. So who is this kind of stuff for?
So I really help the average Australian who's got like one property, usually their home, so their PPR, and I use them to say, hey, you don't actually need any more money. We can take out the equity out of that home, which is the value of whatever your property is minus 10% minus your debt, so what you own it. So essentially, I just teach people how to use that equity to then, where you need zero of your own cash. So I've used zero of my own cash from my second property onwards. So I've got a multi-million-dollar property portfolio with using zero of my own money. All I used was the original 42 grand as my deposit to put on my first house. That's it. So to your point, business owners, okay, let's give a scenario. Let's just pretend you're a business owner and you're doing, you're a coach and you're doing 10K months at the moment. I'm going to be honest with you. You're fucking broke already, right? I'm going to be honest with you. The average wage in Australia is $96,000, guys. So it's fucking hard to save the first deposit. I'm not going to lie. That is literally the hardest thing to get your foot in the door, is getting that first deposit. What I would say to most people, if you have a business where it's harder to save, so I wouldn't be focusing on saving. This is a quote from Grant Cardone, one of the most famous billionaires in business and real estate. And he would say, wherever your energy goes, your money flows. What he means is you can only save so much. So rather than focusing on saving $10, How about if you put that same energy to working out how to make the extra $1,000? And so any extra money that you make, so what I'm saying is it's easier to make money than save money. So focus on making money. If you've got a business where you've got customers that are already paying you, you've got a proven business and a concept, grab coaches, do whatever you need to do, unblock yourself, whatever it is, and scale the business first. So then it is 10 times easier for the investing. But don't be that person, please, to the life of me. If you're listening to this and you're doing really well in business, or you are potentially going to be really well in business, just remember this one thing. Actually, if there's anything you take away from this, please listen to this for me. Please don't be that person, that business owner that ends up making $5 million every year and you blow it all, and then you come to me in your 40s and 50s and you have nothing to show for it because you just blew all of your money. The amount of successful business owners that come to me and they have fucking nothing, but also they didn't pay themselves super, because most of us are just like, well, of course I can reinvest that money into my business and make a lot more. Just build something that's passive, a nest egg that's in the background, that doesn't need much energy, that is quite passive. It's something. Look, I'm not even big into shares, but fuck me, this is non-financial advice. Just do something. Even if you did that, it's better than doing nothing at all.